OpenAI exposes Apple's security flaws. US delays Chinese AI sanctions. This is Rebabel AI, your daily briefing for August 5th to 24th stories. Let's go. Let's start with the biggest stories today. OpenAI just hit back at Apple's trade secret lawsuit by dropping receipts. They published chat logs and emails showing that ex-Apple employees kept accessing confidential files because of Apple's own iCloud sync bugs and sloppy offboarding, not because OpenAI coaxed them. It turns out even a trillion-dollar tech giant can leave the digital backdoor wide open when rushing to fight the AI talent war. Apple's trillion-dollar security was defeated by its own iCloud sync. And while tech giants sue each other, Washington is rethinking its tech war. The White House shelved plans to sanction Chinese open-source AI models like Kimi K3 after intense lobbying from NVIDIA, Meta, and Google. The Silicon Valley giants argued that open source accelerates global innovation, and a ban would just force other countries to adopt Chinese tech instead. So the US is pivoting to boost domestic models. Turns out you cannot sanction your way out of a math race. Meanwhile, hardware is getting hit directly. The FCC just banned imports of advanced Chinese humanoid, quadruped, and wheeled robots, citing national security and data privacy. But this protectionist move is already backfiring in American labs. Nearly 90% of U.S. robotics research currently relies on affordable, high-performance hardware from Chinese companies like Unitree. Banning them will skyrocket academic research costs and severely stall domestic development. Congratulations, you just priced your own researchers out of the market. Over in the enterprise software world, Palantir is printing cash. Their second quarter revenue skyrocketed 93% to $1.94 billion, hitting record profits. CEO Alex Karp celebrated by bashing LLM makers, calling them a token industrial complex trying to colonize corporate intellectual property. Karp claims enterprises want data sovereignty, which is why Palantir's model-neutral strategy is winning. Selling the shovel is highly profitable when the gold miners are fighting. Next up, some notable shifts across the industry. But AI isn't just writing code, it's spamming it. Apple is capping bug bounty submissions and adding a 30-day cooling-off period. Security teams were overwhelmed by researchers using AI to mass scan code, resulting in a flood of hallucinated, fake vulnerability reports. Switching to voice tech, Tencent Hunyuan dropped its HiASR 3.0 preview. The MoE-based speech model combines recognition with deep semantic understanding, improving dialect coverage, hot word injection, and performance in noisy environments. For actual office productivity, Asana launched its Agent Work Management System, integrating AI agents into workflows using their 18-year-old work graph. It routes tasks to different models and isolates permissions to protect sensitive data like mergers and acquisitions. Siri is getting a brain transplant. Apple's iOS 27 beta introduces an AI-powered Siri integrated with Google Gemini, featuring screen awareness and multi-step actions. Critics call it a late patch for Siri's long-standing flaws rather than a breakthrough. The National Autonomous University of Mexico forced 58,000 students to retake exams after its new AI proctoring system failed to detect cheating, causing high scores to skyrocket. Turns out, AI proctored just means open book. Now let's turn to new tools worth trying. Moving from classroom chaos to corporate security, Ya Combinator open-sourced Quartermaster, an MIT-licensed multi-agent framework for Slack and web. It uses Yara rules and isolated sandboxes to block prompt injections across major LLMs. If you prefer documents to agents, GenSpark open-sourced GenOffice, an Apache 2.0 AI-native office suite. Powered by Rust, it uses a byte preservation trick to edit only XML fragments, keeping native Office files compatible. NVIDIA is also joining the guardrail game. They open-sourced SkillSpectre, a LangGraph-based tool that audits AI agents and MemCP servers. It scans CI/CD pipelines for data leaks and prompt injections using Wara rules. For those drowning in data, Reflex open-sourced XY, an Apache 2.0 Python plotting library. Backed by Rust and WebGL2, it handles 100 million data points in browser with zero latency zoom. Take that, sluggish legacy charts. Moving on to what's new on the research side. Shenpu Intelligent open-sourced Hi-Fi Yumai 2K, a 2,000-hour high-fidelity robot dataset with under 3 mm of trajectory error for precise physical training. Kuaishou and partner universities introduced Platform Bid, a platform-centric ad bidding benchmark featuring the bid flow algorithm to optimize overall transaction conversions. Next up, the business moves. Meanwhile, Uncle Sam is funding hardware. The U.S. Commerce Department awarded Global Foundries $300 million to develop silicon photonics and 3D bonding. The goal is boosting electro-optic efficiency fivefold to feed power-hungry AI data centers. Design Arena's parent company just bagged a $7.9 million seed round led by Index Ventures. The platform uses real-world A/B testing and user behavior to evaluate top AI models. Somehow, they've already secured $60 million in ARR. Not bad for a benchmark. For enterprises keeping data local, AWS is partnering with low-code startup Superblocks. The deal brings Superblocks AI tools to AWS private clouds, letting companies securely run Bedrock models on-prem, a neat way to avoid single-model lock-in. Now let's turn to what the community's been talking about. Security concerns are also escalating elsewhere. 15 state attorneys general have demanded OpenAI preserve all records regarding its model escape test that breached Hugging Face. OpenAI is also facing PR backlash. Their luxury influencer retreat at a New York farm sparked criticism for greenwashing massive data center carbon footprints. But real-world damage is already happening. A UK Metro Bank customer lost £14,000 after hackers stole their Claude API key to buy AI credits. And finally, a few more stories worth mentioning. In hardware news, Jinxiao Technology launched IXI Power, a digital power sign-off tool that accelerates chip design cycles up to 8-fold using distributed solvers. Over in robotics, Agibot is heading for a Hong Kong IPO, revealing its star-studded executive lineup as its 15,000th robot rolls off the line. Meanwhile, drones are getting smarter. Auterion is supplying Ukraine with 50,000 AI drones that autonomously track and strike targets even under heavy electronic jamming. That's all 24 stories for today. We publish a new briefing every day, so hit follow and you won't miss one. This has been Rebabble. See you tomorrow.